to develop the Royal Victoria Hospital site is good. What I'm against is to let it to promoters and not to bring forward the right conditions, the winning conditions. And that's the role of the City of Montreal. I am done with letting amazing pieces of land, of amazing architectural pieces like Royal Victoria that is beside the mountain to promoters without even saying anything. This is what happened with the children, and I'm not playing in that movie again because I was then sitting on the city council. So what we're doing is we're putting the right conditions. For example, the Royal Vic, where we've asked them, and those conditions will be presented to the government of Quebec, and the McGill University agrees with them because they know it makes sense. We're asking that we keep as many, there has to be, the extra buildings have to be accessible to the public. It has to have this vision that it's not only condos, there has to be more access to the mountain, and some of the l'aménagement, the development of the site needs to be thought out with the different partners of the mountain because they are they're really mobilized.
Okay, and here on the mountain?
Well, we have to remain vigilant because we have seen other candidates discuss building higher than the Mount Royal, and that was very concerning. And this is something that has awakened in a conscientious awareness of all Montrealers who want to protect really this gem, what defines Montreal, both symbolically and literally. Also, we want to ensure that we get scientists and researchers to come in and see what the state of the mountain is, what's the impact of the human interactions with the mountain, and that we be very vigilant to ensure that we maintain the ecosystems that are currently on the mountain. Also, accessibility is a huge issue, particularly coming in from the Peel entry. If you have a stroller and a wheelchair, it's very, very difficult. So we want to ensure that it's accessible for all Montrealers, particularly those with reduced mobility. Also, littering. These are some very basic things, but just coming on the mountain here today, we've seen quite a lot of litter, and we want to ensure that all Montrealers collectively make sure that we maintain the ecological integrity of the mountain. In regards to urban planning, we want to create a green belt around the mountain. So we are going to limit the height of buildings in and around the mountain. So while there are some buildings that are underneath the height of the mountain, but quite far away, only by a few meters, we want to create a green belt around the mountain, so even buildings that would be 6 or 7 stories high would not be allowed, to ensure that we could see the mountain wherever you are in Montreal.
We need smart density. In the last 5 years, and I didn't do that during my mandate, we address and accept the 5 tower of over 200 meters. My task, and it was through my book, was saying that if we want to make it a living place in downtown, we need to take a look of the density. Some people were talking about go higher than the Montreal. And after we spoke, there's nothing wrong about a debate and discuss about issues. But the name of the game for me, the essence was density. It was not about the height, higher or less of Montreal.
But are you now pro or anti going higher than Mount Royal?
Right now, I made the final decision saying that after I spoke with my caucus and the others, we won't go above, okay?
But you'd like to see more getting up to that.
But we need density. We need density because the only way to fight environment and to fight people that will go out and it will have an impact on environment is to make sure that affordable downtown deserve more density. So it means we have to take a look at heights, but it won't be to change the views of the people. We need to protect the area. We need to protect the Montreal. So we won't go there. But we need density. That's the only. We don't have any choice.
When we talk about Mount Royal, we're talking about 2 university campuses, the oratory, part of Westmount, and huge cemeteries that need access, as well as our park. So the idea is to develop an accessibility vision that also takes into account our objective to protect and develop sustainably the mountain, so to safeguard our green spaces. So accessibility also means responsibility. It is a complex issue and it requires sophisticated solutions, and that's what we're looking for. Elected officials who will actually do justice to the complexity and the sophistication of the solutions that we have for accessibility on Mount Royal.